Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a pretty quick look at and installing the Proven Ground C&L Series throttle body spacer available for the 09 to 18 5.7 liter Hemi equipped Ram 1500s. If you're not familiar with this part here, the job of a throttle body spacer is to properly optimize the air-fuel mixture, getting a better combustion with the atomization, which can lead to better low to mid-range torque. This is going to add space between the factory throttle body spacer and your factory intake manifold, and the spiral bore design on the inside is going to help spin the air coming through the manifold there to do just that. This is made from an aircraft grade billet aluminum with a black anodized finish. It's going to help with corrosion and oxidation resistance. It comes with a new O-ring seal to make sure it's properly sealed in there, and it comes with new bolts to replace your factory ones. Since you're adding about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of new material to underneath of the throttle body, you're going to be replacing those bolts with longer ones to compensate for the added space. This guy's going to come in right around 150 bucks, and the install is going to get 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Anybody can tackle this in the driveway at home with about 30 minutes or so from start to finish. I'm going to show you guys every step of that process. Because it's only 4 bolts, doesn't take a whole lot, so what do you say we get to it? Tools used in this install include an impact gun or a ratchet, extension, 8mm deep socket, and a flathead screwdriver. The first thing we're going to do here is disconnect our temperature sensor harness right there. Next, I'm going to take a flathead screwdriver and loosen up the hose clamp here, holding our factory intake hose to the throttle body, and do the same thing on the other end of the hose to pop it off completely. All right, once you loosen that up, you can just pull, just like that. And again, just to make life easier, do the same thing on the other side of the hose and just completely remove it out of the way. The head of this clamp is underneath, so I'm just going to go straight down here and loosen this guy up. Once you have that cracked loose, disconnect this and set this aside. Next, we can pull the entire engine cover off. Next, we're going to use an 8mm socket to remove the 4 screws on each corner of the throttle body. Now, you can use an impact gun, but if you are, just put it on its lower setting just to make sure you're being gentle with the aluminum there. With those 4 bolts off, we can lift up on the throttle body. I'm going to use a flathead to push up on the locking tab on the actuator harness. Pinch and disconnect that so you can set your throttle body aside. I'm just going to set it right on top of the intake manifold. All right, so next we have to install our O-ring. But before we do that, I want to show you guys exactly how this is going to be oriented. The O-ring seal has a little indent that's going to be facing up. This notch on the front and this notch on the side, this will be facing the front of the truck, and this is going to be facing the passenger side. These little notches actually have little retainer pins to help seat this properly. Before you put it down, grab your O-ring seal included in the kit, and you're just going to seat that all along that indentation to make sure it has a proper seal. With that seated all the way through, put this down on that factory seat. Like I said, the retaining pin on the side and front will help lock it in place. Make sure the sticker, if you have this guy on that hose, is not on the inside there. Once that's in place, take your factory throttle body, plug it back in to that harness, lock it down, and seat this directly on top of the spacer. From here, you can use the bolts included in the kit to go straight through the factory holes in the throttle body, making sure they also go straight through the throttle body spacer, and tighten them down to the factory threading. All right, I'm going to take that screw and I'm just going to start here in this corner, put it all the way through. I have my 8mm along with a small extension, and I'm just going to use this to catch the threads. All right, I can feel that starts to get tight, so I can move on to the next one. Make sure you have the flat washer on the bolt head there as well. All right, once you're sure that all 4 bolts are seated properly, it should get pretty tight once you hand tighten those. Grab your impact gun and tighten them down. All right, once you have that tightened down, we can start to put everything back together. First thing you want to put back on is your factory engine cover. Next, you can take that hose and put that back on the airbox side and then the throttle body. Next up, we can plug in that factory harness, grab your flathead, and tighten down the hose clamp. Now I can do the other side. With both of those hose clamps tightened down, you're good to go. That's going to wrap up my review and install for the Proven Ground C&L Series throttle body spacer, available for the 09 to 18 5.7 Hemi Ram 1500s. Get yours right here at AmericanTrucks.com.